This is the introduction to the known to unknown transfer. And I got this idea from Brene Brown, who is somebody I respect enormously, research professor at the University of Houston. She's written a number of books, and I heard her speak a couple of times, and in her most recent book, which is called Dare to Lead, she talked about the reason people fear change. And she says it's because it takes people from the known to the unknown. And I thought a lot about that. And I thought, well, the role of a leader then is to take people from the unknown back to the known. And so this is a 3-step process that's designed to help you do that, both with yourself and with your employees. Because if you think about it, most of the things that we fear are things that are out of our control. Secondly, the things that are out of our control that we fear often become great lessons for the future as we learn how to lead in the future. So the unknown to known transfer is a 3-step tool that will take you, and when you're leading your employees, back from the unknown to the known, eliminating fear, reducing fear. So the unknown to known transfer. And the first 3 parts in completing this form and using this tool is think about what's happening right now in the middle of a crisis. And it doesn't have to be COVID crisis. It could be any type of crisis in your life. There have been a lot. And trust me, the longer you live, the more crises you will have. So in the middle of the pandemic crisis, what's the thing I'm most afraid of now? And it was family member contracting the virus, and dying, which most of us have that fear. And then I thought, what's the worst thing that could happen to me as a result of the fear? I will miss that person forever. And then what control do I have over this situation? Because in most cases, we want to be able to control outcomes. We want to be able to control processes. In a crisis like this, it's almost out of your control. And I realized in this situation, I have no control. To an extent, I can mitigate it by making sure my family members practice social distancing. But that's about it. So that's the now. What about the past? When was I most scared of an unknown? Potential bankruptcy in 2010. And during the Great Recession, we lost lots of clients. And revenue went down the first year 70%, and then the second year another 70%. And I was facing the possibility of going bankrupt, losing the business, and doing all of those things. And I blamed it on a lot of things initially. And then 2 things I changed. Number 1 was I realized our clients that were dropping us viewed the leadership programs and the human resources services that we provided as more transactional, as opposed to transformational. They viewed us as a vendor and not as a relationship. And we became, as a result of that, relationship driven. In the past 4 years, our revenue has gone up 412%. We have nearly 300 clients now. We had about 25 in 2010. And even during the pandemic crisis, businesses are staying away from us. Well, not really staying away from us. They're staying with us. They may not be paying us all the time. And they've called us and said, hey, we're laying off employees, but as soon as we start recovering, we want you back. That's a relationship. That's where they understand you and you understand them, and that becomes transformational. So I became relationship driven. And the other thing that was really important, I think, out of all of this in 2009, 2010, and 2011 was I thought I knew everything what my clients needed. And they would say, how about you do this? And I said, no, I don't want to do that. And that was silly because people were telling me what they wanted to pay for. So I started listening to partners and clients more about what their needs were as opposed to me telling people that. Now, there's lots of other times I've been scared of an unknown. But that's really it. And finally, you take the present, you take the past, and how do you transfer these lessons to move out of today's known? And think about what has changed. Maybe you've gotten closer to family members by working from home. Maybe you've had an appreciation for things that you took for granted before. But those are the types of things. What can make me better? Because if you can take the past and see that things have improved as a result of past unknowns, like they have for me, and I'm sure they have for you, you will be able to take that information, transfer those past lessons, and move from the unknown to the known immediately.